Welcome, guys, to part two of pointless reboots versus um, reboots that actually have a point to them. Now, basically, right, apparently they're planning on rebooting the G.I. Joe film series in 2020. Now, I think this is a bloody pointless move, and even more pointless. Um, is the fact that they want to cross it over with Michael Bay's Transformers franchise. Like, like why? like, I, because obviously in the first place, GI Joe and Transformers were owned by Hasbro, just like Action Man was. But I don't know what's gone on with the rights to all of these things. But maybe Hasbro gave some of the rights to Michael Bay. I don't really know what's going on with the rights, to be honest. But this video isn't about the rights, though. It's about, well, reboots that are pointless versus reboots that aren't pointless. Obviously, this is about my opinions. You may disagree with me. Like, like I don't know about you, but I would rather see Action Man crossover with Transformers than G.I. Joe crossover with Transformers. But that's because I'm a bigger fan of Transformers and Action Man than I am of G.I. Joe. But, like, why reboot G.I. Joe though? Because, yes, these films, G.I. Joe, the Rise of Cobra, and G.I. Joe Retaliation, they weren't massively successful. They were only partially successful. Like, and maybe that is the reason why they want to reboot it, because they want to make the reboot better. I don't know, to be honest. Like, I mean, I think Transformers needs to be rebooted more than GI Joe, because so that it is more like the 1980s cartoon. But there we go. Like, but you know that Bumblebee movie that's coming out. Apparently, that's going to be like closer to the 1980s cartoon. So that's a good thing, I guess. Like, because I think in that movie, Bumblebee is actually the vehicle that he was in the 1980s cartoon. But like in the current G.I. Joe film series, you have all of these big stars like Dwayne Johnson, Sienna Miller, Bruce Willis, and Adrienne Palicki, even Channing Tatum as well. Like, surely you would want to see those actors like on screen with the Transformers, wouldn't you? Like, but if they reboot it, then these actors won't be in it, though. Oh, I don't know. It's just a bit of a mess at the moment. The whole Hollywood landscape. But anyway, now we have like these Rising Sun comics that seem to take Action Man in adult directions, which is interesting. Like, like, for example, this cover right here is really adult, isn't it? And it actually, I actually love this actually, because it shows Natalie has vulnerabilities, just like it showed Lara Croft had vulnerabilities in the Tomb Raider reboot. Like, like yes, Natalie and Lara are strong, but they have vulnerabilities because they are humans after all. Like men and women have vulnerabilities. Like, I mean, like, even like her, you can see her bra hair, which, well, that's another adult thing, isn't it? Like, this guy looks like he's going to take her bra off or something. Anyway, seems like it's going in Hollyoaks later territory there, but we won't go too much into that. Um, anyway, um, so yeah, like I've said like in many of my videos that I am a bit of a feminist, but like I acknowledge that feminism sometimes goes too far, what with the SJW stuff and all of that. But this right here is like a prime example of the feminism that I agree with. So it says, "Stay back, Natalie. I'll handle this." That's what Action Man's saying, and then Natalie's saying, "You underestimate me, Action Man." And then it says, "Good teamwork, Natalie." That's what Action Man's saying. So yeah, this is like the sort of feminism that I agree with. Like this is the sort of feminism that I want to promote, and like the the feminism that is all about equality. And if Action Man like does get rebooted, then this sort of feminism should be in the movies, like or TV show or whatever. Like so, yeah, teamwork between women and men. That's what it's all about. See, they're both as strong as each other. See, to be honest, I reckon like Adrian Paliki ought to just say a big F you to the GI Joe franchise if they don't want her back for it. Like, and I personally I would just like make an Action Man reboot and just cast Adrian Paliki as Natalie. That's what I would do. Anyway, like this is what gets on my nerves the most. It says a reboot film in the series has been confirmed to be released in 2020. So that's talking about G.I. Joe. Has been confirmed. Why? When you haven't even announced an Action Man film. Like, you're not even planning an Action Man film. Like, just, it annoys me so much. Like, you, 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 you guys have to be aware that G.I. Joe, like, sometimes has team ups with Action Man characters. Like, like I swear, like Natalie was part of the GI Joe team at one point or another. Like, so you could say, like, I mean, in the comics, it was like GI Joe, Action Man, and Transformers were set in the same universe. That's why they ended up meeting each other in the comics. So, like, since Hasbro basically own all of these properties, um, well, they used to at least. Like, I don't know if they still own every single one of them. Um, but like, if you like want GI Joe and Transformers to exist in the same cinematic universe, then why not make Action Man part of that cinematic universe as well? Like, maybe they will eventually, but I don't know why it's taken them so long to announce this. Like, like Action Man should be a priority above GI Joe, but we've already had two GI Joe films and a third GI Joe film is on the way. I know the third GI Joe film is going to be a reboot, but still, it's like I'm sort of comparing this to what has happened with the Spider-Man films. Like, like, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed every single Spider-Man film, but I think Amazing Spider-Man 2 was probably the worst one. Um, Purely that mainly because like Dane DeHaan isn't right for Harry Osborn and his Green Goblin was kind of shit. Like, and well, don't get me wrong, like Felicity Jones is perfect casting for Felicia Hardy, but we didn't even see her in the Black Cat suit, so I don't even know how many times like Spider-Man has been rebooted now. Like nowadays we've got Tom Holland's Spider-Man that's part of the MCU. But before that we had Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. And before that we had Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. But before that we had like I think we had like some weird Japanese TV series that was like similar to Adam West Batman or something. But that's talking in terms of live action stuff. Obviously, we've had like Spider-Man animated series as well. We've had them in the 2000s, but also the 90s as well. Like like well, even in the 80s, 70s, and 60s as well. So what I'm saying is, I don't really want GI Joe to be rebooted as many times as Spider-Man. Like, because like the GI Joe doesn't have as big an audience as Spider Man, and it doesn't have as big of an appeal. Like like what's the betting that there'll be another reboot after this reboot that's mentioned here? So basically, right, what I'm saying is they should make like the Action Man movies, like they should make them adult, like R rated, so that hopefully it will become as popular as Deadpool. Because if they just make Action Man like kind of childish like it used to be, then not as many people are going to respond to it, and not as many people are going to see it in the cinema. Like, so how they've made the characters like vulnerable in this comic series, like that's what they've got to do, like in the movies.